Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the digital edition of NHL Now. Jackie Redmond, EJ Raddick, and the head coach of the Arizona Coyotes coming at you on a Wednesday. Rick Tocchet. Rick, how are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, doing pretty. By the way, I like your staircase in the back. I like that.
I'm telling you, everyone
like
compliments the staircase. Everyone, so thank you.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. You know, just trying to get ready here. Hopefully things go through, and we're all excited to play. But yeah, it's been a 3-4 months of just a lot. I try to get Jackie a lot of routine. I'm a routine guy, and try to do the same things every day, just like everybody else. So, but yeah, we're ready to go.
Talk, I heard you had a little bit of a rollerblading incident early in the downtime. Have you recovered?
Yeah, well, I still got that scar raspberry on my butt. Kind of ribbed me about my skating skills, but I was into that rollerblading for about 2-3 weeks. I loved it. I went down. So then what I did is I bought a bike. So now I'm into the biking aspect. I haven't rollerbladed in a while.
Well, you kept things interesting. That's all that matters, right?
Yeah,
You kept yourself busy and occupied with some outdoor activities. But obviously, hockey fans are super excited right now because hockey is hopefully coming back. We may see some competitive games in August. For you, are you approaching this training camp any differently than you would in a normal year, and how so? Because it just seems like such unprecedented times and a brand new format that things would be a little bit different.
Yeah, you're right, Jackie. Yeah, we have to approach it different. Obviously, there's short runways. So, whenever the game starts, say for instance, is August 1st, whatever, you're right into it. There's no warming up. There's no, you got October. If you don't play well, you got November. Now it's, you have a bad week, you're out. We're in the play-in. We're fortunate to be invited in that play-in. And now it's, we're going to approach training camp a little bit different. We're going to try to get these guys right away in the sense that their mind playoff mode right away. And that's going to be a lot of competition drills, more scrimmages for our team, a lot of crash course and video. John Hynes is an excellent coach, so we're going to have to see a couple of things, tweaks that Nashville does. So, yeah, you're going to condense a 2 weeks thing in there. And once August 1st starts, you got to be ready to go or whenever we start to play.
All right, you mentioned John Hynes and the Nashville Predators. That'll be your opponent in the qualifying round. What problems do the Predators present, and how are they different from what you've watched under John Hynes?
Yeah, well, I remember being on the staff with Pittsburgh when we played them in 16 in the finals. So they still got a bunch of their players from that team. John Hynes is a very structured guy. I think he's an excellent coach. When I was coaching in Pittsburgh, he was with Wilkes-Barre. So I know a little bit about him, and he's a friend of mine. Saying that, they got probably one of the best defensive league, Yossi. I've been watching a lot of video on him. He's a fourth man out there, EJ. He's going to be up the ice. He's an excellent offensive player. He can defend, obviously, but he's a guy that he's hard to defend because you don't know where he is. His elusiveness with a puck is one of the best in the league. So he's probably target number one for us. We have to be really careful and keep an eye on him. But then you go down the list, I think they're top four defense scorers, as good as anybody in the league. And then you go down the list, and I think Hynes he's kind of spread out their lines. You got Forsberg on one line, you got Johansson on another line, Arvidsson on a different line. So he's kind of spread it out. And I think their last 4 or 5 games, I only think they let about 2 or 3 goals in the last 5 games. Excellent. They've really defended well the last part of the season. So it's going to be a tough series for us, but we're excited about it.
I mentioned that hockey fans are excited to hopefully see hockey back. I imagine the players are as well, but it's been such a long period of being off, something that these guys really aren't used to. I mean, you alluded to this yourself, just being used to routine and structure and schedule. What has your conversation been like with some of the players on your team over the last 3 months?
Well, basically saying the same thing. Make sure you get a routine. Maybe there's, try to get some hockey involved in your week. I think, I'll be honest, Jackie. I mean, I didn't watch video, and I kind of was out of it there for a couple of weeks during the pandemic. You're doing your thing. And then when you get back in, you're a little rusty. Even as a coach, you're watching video or you're trying to do certain things, you're a little bit rusty. So it's no different than the players. Hopefully a bunch of guys have skated the last 2, 3, 4 weeks. I think they have. but there's going to be a little bit of rust. There's going to be some anxiety. That's important for our team as coaches to try to relax these guys too. As much as it, as soon as the playoffs start for us, it's 3 out of 5 series. It's a short, like I said, week. We want to try to keep the anxiety down on the players because that's the key. You don't want to be too tight. You don't want to just like, oh my God, if we lose this game, but you also have to be ready to play and anything can happen. So there's a lot of mental part of this whole thing other than just physical.
Talk, I want to ask you about your goaltender. Certainly in a 3 out of 5 game series, I mean, goaltending is going to be – it's always big, but it's really going to be important. Darcy Kemper, when he's been healthy this year, boy, your team is just better because he is that big backstop behind you. I think he gives you confidence. How important do you see Darcy? How important will he be for your group as you get ready for Nashville?
Yeah, the last year and a half, AJ, he's our best player. We all know that. He's been unbelievable for us. We struggle to score goals sometimes, and I think we have a few tweaks. I think we can get a little more offense from certain guys, and even with system-wise, we're going to try to tweak a few things to get some more goals. But Darcy, when there's breakdowns, he's been there for us. He's been our best player. He had that 2-3 month injury that really hurt us in the sense, and even Rance got hurt a little bit. Now we got 2 healthy goalies. I still believe if you're going to go in a long run, you're going to need 2 goalies. I'm not quite sure you can play a goalie 10 straight if you go that far. I think you have to use both goalies, but obviously Darcy's our best player, and we're really looking forward to him being healthy for us.
There's been a lot of talk about no fans obviously being in attendance for these playoffs, which is going to be certainly weird for the viewers. I imagine just as weird for the players and for you behind the bench. What do you make of some of these ideas of implemented crowd noise for the viewers at home and stuff like that? Because I would think that if they don't do that, we're going to hear some of the conversation that's happening on the ice. And I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Even back in the day, you want to hear some of the stuff. But yeah, we've actually read some studies on how teams perform. Like with these soccer teams, they've been playing with empty stadiums. So the home ice or home ice advantage is not going to be in effect. Our team is, I wouldn't say we're a quiet team, we're not a loud team, but I was talking to some players. We're going to have to generate noise. Like a guy makes a big hit, makes a good play, coming off the ice. Usually the crowd's into it, and the player gets kind of instant gratitude. Hey, great job from the fans. But we're going to have to generate that kind of excitement on the bench, and because it's going to be quiet there, so we're going to have to generate a lot of noise. There's going to be a lot of talking on the ice just to basically cheer your teammate on. So we've talked about that as a team to make sure that we're very vocal, positively to our players, especially when a guy makes a good block or a good play or a goalie makes a great save. So we've talked about that, and I think that's an advantage if you can really have a team that really talks a lot.
I love that. You got to pump those tires, right? Like if someone makes a big hit or makes a great pass, the fans aren't there to show them the love. So I actually love that. That's a great idea.
Bang on those boards. Bang on those boards.
Bang the glass, the board, whatever. Maybe we get those, don't they have soccer, those things that they clap? I don't know.
Yeah. Whatever it takes.
Whatever they are.
But,
whatever it is, I'm in, all in.
As are we. Listen, it's been a pleasure chatting with you. Training camps, they start on time on July 13th. They're right around the corner. So you're a busy man. We won't take any more time from you. Thank you for this and good luck.
Thanks so much. Take care, guys.